Gathering, celebration, music and movement. Precisely for this work, I was looking a lot to the hands. So the hands also as regulation, or like something that takes or gives, touch, hold, let it go, as was a poetic of doing all that. Precisely, I think I was looking a lot to places that are very intimate, or that we wouldn't pay attention so much. I would also invite a poetic of queer sexuality regarding the use of the hands. It's always collective, the performance, right? Like there is always a feedback, because I will be always consenting to dance for you, but you are consenting to watch. So we are doing a collective decision by the very beginning. But I would say that this is positive of La Peau, where we will choose collectively, spontaneously, in that precise moment, how the show will evolve. It's inviting that a bit more to take more space. I was born in the south of Brazil, in a city called Porto Alegre, and I moved to Rio de Janeiro when I was 16 years old, mostly to study classical ballet. This ballet school was located in a part of the city that had a lot of different cultural manifestations, and it was also a place where a lot of political issues would come to the surface. So it's the center city of Rio. It's called Lapa. It's a place where there is a lot of samba, there is a lot of concert in the street, there is a strong crossing of class, and tourism like is really it's a very noisy place. While I was studying classical ballet, I had already some calls towards other body practices, not necessarily related to dance. So I started going out a lot, and I started to stay in the street. I did a lot of shows during the late night in nightclubs, and I started work quite early when I was 20 years old. For sure, this comes as information of how to organize the body inside of such a cross of things. With celebrations, even though from other culture, there is a thing of being together in a space, especially for that, and especially to follow a beat or to follow a vibe. And I think this is it's a very important information for my work. This sense of gathering to do something together, even though we don't know what is it, even though we don't know exactly what everybody is doing, even though we don't know exactly from where everybody came from. The parties would be also maybe a space for queer people to celebrate. This possibility of partying also, it's not so simple or so clear or so pure. It's also like partying through experiences of violence or through experiences of marginalization. So the skin between the fingers would be a moment that we gather together in a performative space. We share the stage, let's say, and I bring some invitations. Some of them is to be looked at. So I offer some positions from my body to be looked at, and I try to acknowledge how I'm being read, and I try to play with it with a certain malicia. So I try to position near some people or far from some people, and I try to understand what that image is bringing to the room. There is a language and there is some positions that I know I will go through, but it changes a lot with how I'm feeling the energy of the people around or their projections also towards my body. So the map is there, and then I start to establish some movement pattern. The idea is that these repetitions start to morph or to blend into something else. So the forms start to get a bit blended or a bit blurry. I also start to modify the state that I am in, because I'm like persisting into something until the celebration comes. And then when the celebration comes, I just go towards the party, let's say, and then we try to party together, and the image just blows away.